And we are live. Oh, I know, I'm late. I had to get some stuff done before stream. Yes, give me more. Give me more. I'm gonna play a little PGR today. I was thinking about playing Helldivers, but I'm like, was in the mood. Get that. I feel like I'm missing something. My water, that's what I'm missing. Gotcha. Ooh. And the new event recently started for the new number 21 feral, and I got enough resources to do some pulls. First 10 pull on the banner. I already got her. So I found that funny. So I was really lucky. Now I just have to build her up. I still need the memories for her. I got the 5-star weapon, but I'm always respectfully. Yeah, I managed to pull the banner waifu on the first 10 pull of the banner I rolled. And I was like, oh, you know what? Oh, I got a little extra premium currency left. Let me go do a pull for the cube for her. And I pulled it first single pull. I was like, huh. Interesting. Yes. Yes. Down on that. Do. Because she is roar. She is they gave her a wolf girl frame. Mission. Do. Accept. Quick dispatch. Oh, I forgot I had 9S from the event. I'm literally one shard away from getting A2. I'm pretty sure they'll probably run the near event again because they reran it before. Who knows? And quick dispatch these. So I'll probably be playing PGR today, trying to farm up on getting 21 feral up to snuff. And probably some Aether Gazer. Because it's been a while since I played that one, so. Need help with the boss stuff as well. Yippee. Yay. I got kicked out of the other guild I was in because I was on a hiatus. Which is fair. Wasn't contributing a super amount. So I joined this one that invited me, so. Sean.
獲物をより早く切り裂く。問題ない。戦闘技術を上げる？いや、いらない。21号は爪を制御できる。
Luckily now I can actually start buying shards to upgrade her. I'm working with jank right now, just some shit to fill in for right now. Another construct trial. Or we'll do the challenge. How strong? Mine's weaker, but I got. Did I use the trial? Nah, let's try to see if we can get it with mine. Really need to focus on upgrading some more. I'll just go with my usual teams I have. I wish I had the Garnet version of Vera because it's lightning as well. This man looks like he goes to furry conventions. He is trying to be a dragon. I fucked up on my shit. Oh well. Really?
逃げなさい逃げなさい先月かこれで全て狩りが始まった。生まれ変わりましょう。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうのなら助けてあげる。狩りが始まった。懲罰。ここに降臨する。
Down about half health. Nice.
まだまだよ。誰も私の指示に従う。滅びる。もっとたくさんの痛みを感じさせて。
What? I dodged. Nani?
そうね。あいつらを切り裂く。あなたの私の指示に従うと滅びるの。そうね。あいつらをあなたの色。
Bull! It, oh.
援助が欲しいってひざまずいて。獲物逃げなさい逃げなさいこの状況からすぐ
I don't know how I keep getting hit by this.
もっとたくさんの痛みを感じさせて。まだまだよ。痛いんでしょ。戦術開始。生まれか狩りが始まった。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうのなら助けてあげる。あなた私の指示に従うと滅びる。そうね。あいつらを切り裂く。獲物逃げなさい。
No combos off for days.
そうね。あいつらを切り裂く。そう私の指示に従う滅びる。獲物逃げなさい逃げなさい
Erish. Oh. Oh, he's angry. Ooh, there's a phase 2. Oh.
落ち着いて。スネ。あなたはここへ逃げるの？獲物、逃げなさい。逃げなさい。
Very happy I'm getting this combo off. Fairly good.
あいつらを切り裂く。あなたは私の指示に従い滅びる。
The thing I love about number 21 Feral is she fucking heals. Oh god, he's gonna suplex me. He just suplexed my ass.
狩りが始まった。私の指示に従い滅びる。もっとたくさんの痛みを感じさせて。もっとたくさんの痛みを感じさせて。
And just like that, I'm just constantly have. That was the second time I pulled my ult off while still in the up. And look at that, it's off cooldown again before it even ended.
切り裂く。獲物、逃げなさい。逃げなさい。
Still managed to land it. Damn, 433 hit combo. God damn. Damn, he interrupted my fucking combo. We did it! You're so comfy. Failed to clear it fast, but I cleared it. Definitely have to come back to it. Continue the event story. For days, the little wolf has observed the lone wolf from a safe distance. Despite her strong desire to learn how to survive on her own, she finds herself unable to suppress her curiosity. Can a lone wolf really last on its own? Adopting the hunting techniques she learned from the lone wolf, she has successfully hunted for the first time, albeit capturing a mere Vol that even managed to bite her paw during the encounter. Learning from the lone wolf, she now knows to keep her ears alert, to sleep only lightly, and to conceal her traces when predators soar overhead. She unintentionally sees the black lone wolf as a temporary instructor of sorts, even emphasizing with it as it's fighting for its life against its prey. Hidden within the bush, its foliage reaches higher than the fur on her ears. The lone wolf ponders whether they can be regarded as companions of a particular kind. Though she has not yet found an answer, she remains steadfast in her resolve to choose the pack if the option presents itself. Suddenly, she hears the lone wolf erupting in a sprint, accompanied by the cacophony of countless wings fluttering high above. Rather than immediately following the wolf, she lowers her body and conceals herself within the swaying grass. If she were to emerge from the grass at this moment, she would undoubtedly be spotted. The giant eagle soars in the direction where the lone wolf fled, seemingly having a clear target in their sight. Nervousness grips the little wolf as she realizes that the lone wolf stands no chance against such a formidable number of enemies. Once she is certain that the predators will not notice her, the scent of the lone wolf seems to have already drifted far away. While still maintaining a cautious distance, the little wolf can't help but pray for the black wolf's safe escape. After a short while, she senses that something is amiss. That familiar scent of blood once again wafts into her nostrils, steadily growing stronger. The little wolf navigates through tree holes and dense bushes, carefully controlling her movements as she draws closer to the source of the scent. Finally, before a curtain of grass, a veil of destiny, she comes to a halt and peeks out in the most discreet way. The surrounding bushes are battered with fragmented branches and scattered leaves strewn across the ground. The black wolf lies silent on its side, its blood seeping into the soil beneath, staining it with the darkest hue. Its two paws are absent, replaced by exposed broken bones and the remnants of torn fur. Its scarred back has vanished entirely, only gray-white ribs jutting out from within its body to be seen instead. The predators grip the wolf's body with the deadly ferocity. Their hold is firm as when the wolf clenched the lifeless giant eagle. Without a shed of concern, they tear into its entrails and greedily devour its flesh. During the frenzied feast, the still steaming blood splattered everywhere, with some droplets even landing on the grass where the little wolf hides. The little wolf's claws instinctively dig into the soil, her delicate paws encountering the unyielding touch of rocks, serving as a reminder for her to remain completely silent. She cannot help but stare at the eyes that have been accompanying her all this time. The golden pupils are still open. They seem like a vortex that is about to pull her consciousness in. This is the ending that a lone wolf cannot defy, the voice in her mind tells her. This time, the voice seems to emanate from the very skull of the lone wolf, its eyes locked within those of the little wolf, not allowing her to take her eyes off. Look at it. Have you thought about why it failed? The little wolf freezes in her position, interrogated by the dead wolf in her mind. She dares not to shift her gaze away. Have you thought about why it could defeat the wolf eater? The wolf eater, that giant eagle chasing after her, because it has had great fighting skills. No, because of that, wolf eater deviated from its collective too. It staked all on one bet, choosing to monopolize your flesh and blood. So its death was predestined. Its death possibly was raised much higher without the collective. Part of you has been accepted by a collective. In that case, you may deserve a fortuitous invitation. Will you join? Join the collective? As the dead wolf's pupils twitch rapidly, the sense before the little wolf's eyes transition back to a moment she first encountered the wolf pack. It was in your mind. You want to be part of it. The little wolf gives a nod with a blank look on her face. She has indeed held a strong longing for acceptance for a very long time. So potent that she was willing to tear her own stomach for her apart. But why can't she feel a hint of hesitation in her heart? Come over, the collective will accept you. The little wolf gazes at the pack ahead. Their carefree play is scene she has imagined many times. Rubbing against each other, chasing after tails in the sunlight. Slowly, she makes her first step. The wolves notice the little wolf as she approaches. However, contrary to her recollection, there is no sign of wariness or rejection from them. Two of the wolves rise to their feet, only driven by curiosity. Joy washes over her and she senses the warm rush of blood flowing through her limbs. Then the little wolf resumes her walk, taking a second and third steps towards the wolf pack. However, a pain ached deep within her bones starts to manifest itself as she moves closer. She can feel something is changing in her body, as if a snake shedding its skin. The little wolf recollects the pain she endured when she tore away her own fur. Yes. It feels the same this time, yet amplified to such an extent that it engulfs her entire being. Fret not, the collective will accept you. Will she finally have the same scent as her companions? Yes. Right. Finally, the thing she's always longs for. Scent of companions. The scent of humans. Can you hear me? Familiar designation. Number 21, how's the situation with you? And signal more precise. Who's talking? Talking in my mind. It's me. Can you hear me? Where's the captain? Her weapons raised. Number 21 emits a warning sound to the animal-like hero creatures, which watch her with a friendly gaze. Are you separated from Vera? Don't know how you got here somehow. You're slowly getting corrupted. No. Who are you talking to? Black Wolf. Black Wolf, but it died once just now. What does that mean? One is the son of humans. Your enemies. Your kind. No 21. What are you talking to? What are you? She cannot discern that answer. If she were to make a guess, it would be akin to attempting nearly impossible. True companions. Right. You're not her! Stop being mean! Comes from deep within her throat as her body is gradually filling with anger. Say something to me! We'll connect with you in any situation. We'll accept your entire being. Become a collective like that. Vigil will sacrifice themselves for the will of the collective. As they wanted. Become one with your kind. No, not Snore, not Buddy. What, these bastards you wanted. Become one. Join us. Join us. Join us. No more thinking, only bing bong. Not what you are. The death of a lone being. It's the corruption trying to slowly take over. My goodness. The fragmented illusions shift and transform before 21. 21's eyes, morphing the Black Wolf into Vera, into Noctis. And then into 20, etched in her memory. Finally, it twists, taking the form of 21 herself. They, you, lonely demise, and your end. Make your choice. You can come over. Bring them. Remains unresponsive, the fluctuations in her mind mirroring the rhythm of a heartbeat pulsating with her frame. After a brief pause, she musters the strength to call out the name she believes she may depend on. Me! I'm here! What I want is not the son of humans, but of my own kind. It's right. 20 wants to have the same scent as everyone. By everyone, you mean? Octus, Mitsuki, and those who are afraid of me and want me to be discarded. You're humans. No! You're cute! You're wanted! Personality, I think it's something very difficult to achieve. Personally. Fuck, I can't even... God, I suck at reading so bad. Even humans are not all the same. There's no way to guarantee that someone will always be your kind. Even your teammates won't accept for yourself. Only you yourself are always your kind. The question posed, number 21, is quite complex. If you had enough time, you would likely delve into a dozen philosophy books and conduct thorough research before having this discussion with her. Purely rational analysts alone is insufficient to navigate the present circumstances. My only hope is that number 21 resists the temptation of rhetoric of rhetoric of the enemy and refrains from granting them an opportunity to manipulate her. I'm waiting for you to come back. Give me some more time. I'm going back to Captain. He speaks with the result yet unemotional tone. Oh God, sorry. Her head held high. You want to say it. What you say is true, Suzuki. It's fine. I can learn from humans. ... Reject. Still choose this path. Then walk down that path. The other part of you will see its choice next. The other part of me, what do you mean? No response and received only a piercing buzzing noise that echoes in the aftermath of the disconnection, reverberating within number 21's mind. Simultaneously, a searing pain flashes through your own consciousness. Oh God. Ugh. God, man, fucking work fucked me up today, man. My fucking throat and lungs are like all coated in dust. Mehmet, your nose is bleeding. Take this first, it'll make you feel better. As you open your eyes, you find Liv standing before you, already holding the medicine. Your hand trembles as you take the pill and swiftly toss them into your mouth, swallowing them all at once. You shake your head, decline the water that Liv offers. As you feel the urge, have your sense and nervousness stimulated by the bitterness of the medicine. Disconnected again? This is too unstable. I'm lucky enough to even connect with her. Mizuki, you should probably take a break first, no matter what. Repeatedly attempting to connect and getting disconnected can really take a toll on your body. Let's try to build the connection again. I'll take the waiting time as a little break. As your request. 21 lost it. Where's Vera? How's she not doing anything about it? They might be in a tough spot right now. And we should go help them. Let's get ready. As the Gobler forest rapidly expanded, Noctis was helping the people from the conservation area by removing hetero creatures that had accidentally wandered too close. After safely evacuating everyone during the earthquake, he has been anxiously waiting for further instructions ever since. On briefing him with the latest information, a rare seriousness settles upon his face. He rummages through his tactical bag and proceeds to load handful of compressed bombs from the ammo box. Let's blow that wooden lump to pieces and dig those two out, huh? You got yourself the right person for the job. Command it. There's an aircraft coming our way, and judging from the insignia, it should be by the Purifying Force. The Purifying Force? Is there any tracking mission nearby? No idea. Let's go talk to them first. I think Vera mentioned this earlier. The folks are probably here for an errand delivering the supplies Vera asked from the higher-ups. Commander, should we ask them for their help? They came from the southwest if they're heading north. They can't avoid that area. Direct contact will be risky, so it might be an option for them to move with us. Moreover, they might be carrying more advanced communication devices, which would provide a safer means to contact Babylonia or Cerberus. You're right. Lee gives you a nod before exiting the tent, prepared to discuss with the approaching Purifying Force members regarding the next course of action. Through the gap of the raised tent flap, radiant golden sunlight streams inside. You peer out from the corner and behold the vast forest bathed in the warm light of the setting sun. Beneath the dazzling glow, the forest appears as majestic marvel of nature. However, it is not a craft of natural forces, but rather of the tireless worker ants that seek to gnaw at the destiny of mankind. The will of the collective. Such words were only mentioned in the conversation between it and 21. The individual plants merge seamlessly into a unified entity. It is their damaged roots that necessitate the exchange of life-sustaining fluids, weaving together, patched entirely. Creating a collective is a means of survival, yet the distinct boundaries of each individual serve as a fundamental cause for the longevity of diverse beings, species, and even the entire world. It is the presence of each individual that lends profound value to unity and collective contribution. Hang in there, number 21. We're coming. You can have your teammates address your doubt in that familiar lounge of yours. So make sure to come back safely, will you? Yeah. The shock caused by mind fluctuation forcibly severed the remote connection, stirring up intense pain and stunning 21 senses. She shakes her head, trying to make the swirling world stop. Pant. Captain? Vera's grasp pulls her slightly back to reality, but immediately afterwards, a strong smell of vile fluid invades her recently regained sense of smell. Vera smiles at her casually, like a morning greeting. Despite the vital fluid seeping from wounds of various sizes, scratching her on the face, arms, and body. Countless bodies of hetero wolves surrounded Vera and number 21. Some battered, some with indiscriminable parts, and others already wizened. The only intact spot is where number 21 collapsed. With her blade, Vera fends off the purple-red sea of wolves, her vital fluid splattering around its coastline during the fierce engagement. Some drops even land on 21's body. Fighting restlessly till now, the The contract known as the Red-Headed Death shows number 21 a smile with ferocity lingering from the battle. Yet her hand is surprisingly trembling while holding her blade. Captain. Vital fluid in her body, fueled by the intensely elevated emotional index, circulates and boils rapidly, resembling a volcano on the brink of eruption. You done with this round? Softly posing a question, Vera finally collapses on the ground. As 21 kneels behind her, the boiling volcano in her chest swiftly cools down with coldness, creeping into her body from the ground. She has disregarded the once raging impulse triggered by imagining the loss of Vera or Noctis. The reality before her feels unreal. So unreal that she has entirely dismissed the sensation she recently regained. Are you going to cry? Amused, Vera observes 21's expression, but there's no time for them to waste. Time's running out, so I'll be straight with you. 21, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you recently. Busted my ass to get you this new frame, although the development rights are all transferred out by Nicola. The problem is still probably you yourself. I don't know what kind of human scent you want to have, but seriously, do you really need that in Cerberus? No one has it except me. They are not the same kind. That's why they want to discard me. Being discarded, I don't want. Oh. Huh. Who are they? You mean you're going to die if someone asks you so? I don't want to die. Vera releases her weapon and places her hand immediately on 21's shoulder. The next moment, she tightens her grip on the thin, pale neck chained by a restraint collar. Her hand stained with vital fluid, applying pressure on those pulsating veins. I can't believe you're allowing yourself to get this stupid. You're stupid! Time to step up and take responsibility for yourself. 21. Quit living in this fantasy of wanting to be everyone else and passing the buck on to others. Humans stay together because this is their way to utilize each other. Whether it's you or that dumbass Noctis standing in my way one day, I won't let either of you just walk all over me. Just a coincidence that our squad is named Cerberus. Don't tell me that you actually taking this seriously and planning to become a good little puppy. But experiments, that's why I live. When I got you out of the Daedalus dump, you are nothing more than a heap of scrap metal. Now I see your brain is still buried among all that junk. In your trunk. In your trunk. Remember, I make you obey because I can. Don't take it for granted and be obedient to everyone else. I told you that I hate idiots who get themselves trapped the most. You forgot that already. Vera keeps her gaze fixed on number 21 while exerting more force in her grip, causing vital fluid that was on the verge of clothing or clotting the gush out from the cracks in her frame once more. Impelled by the intense aggression in Vera's eyes, 21 senses the powerful force emanating from the restraint on her neck. Yet she remains unable to divert her gaze. Think this dumb thing can really hold you back? Well, there are plenty of other collars in the world, visible or invisible. How can you be sure that your so-called humans aren't one of them? Stop crying to blend in like all the other humans. Why not make those nobodies understand who you truly are and where your principles stand? Whether it's with your claws, teeth, or the craziness defined by others. Start making your own damn decisions already. Instead of living up to other people's expectations like some kind of pet. If you're going to keep acting like a coward, you might as well get your ass back to Kurno. The members of Cerberus are all defiant lone dogs. We are biters, not followers. Lone dogs, that's how Vera describes them. Because of each of those souls never contemplates blending into their surroundings. The boundaries of their individualities always remain clear. They harbor no fear of being different from others, nor do their companions concern themselves with such differences, despite being criticized as a collective of freaks and monsters. Their sole task is to tear apart any enemies daring to challenge them. This is the monster's way of self-defense. Like moths drawn to a flame, they prefer to fight to the death with their heads held high, rather than relinquish their individuality. 21 once thought about various methods of defending her squad, but as an experimental subject from birth, she refused to perceive this world from her own perspective from the very beginning. She was always the one being calibrated, being allowed, being deployed, and being approved. Emotions beyond her control were forbidden as they clashed with practicality. Unaccepted behaviors were to be concealed, as any criticism directed towards 21 would affect everyone in Cerberus. Due to her strong desire to cherish this den that had brought forth many new and unfamiliar feelings, 21 found herself compelled to abandon those pieces of herself that could potentially harm it. Initially, 21 believed she was different from the others because she lacked common sense and knowledge about the world. After countless days and nights living in the real world outside the research institute, 21 has been slowly losing the boundaries of her identity. As she continues to sever pieces of herself from the already fragmented boundaries, what remains can only form something that she finds perplexing. God, there's so much reading. Fuck. And this confusion has become the color of hysteria. It serves as a deceptive lifeline clutched by 21 herself. Yet it is truly a chain wrapped around her neck. However, no defiant lone dog would permit themselves to be chained. Defiant lone dog has the ability to resist being chained. Whether it's her or somebody else who holds the leash, the fangs are always ready to be bared as long as her body is functional. In 21's mind, numerous shimmering shards akin to snowflakes suddenly flash, reflecting what she has previously dismissed, rejected, and buried deep within. While 21 was being shaped by the world, those shards of her true self were shattered all over. However, during that time she found herself unable to determine whether she should reclaim them or not. Fortunately, she has now found that she believes to be the correct answer. She realizes that she must defend her own boundaries first and then protect everything she holds dear with her complete self. Suddenly, she feels the weight of this framework, which didn't quite align with her initial expectations, become lighter. At that moment, 21 decides that her vision of the human form includes bionic ears and tail-like balancing device. She will no longer view these traits as indicators of being not like a human. Prior to this, the highly perceptive sensors and explosive power possessed this frame had more or less intimidated her. She was afraid of losing control over her powers and herself. So she made the choice to reject that power. But now, she begins to feel a surge of excitement for the power she can possess. Unbeknownst to herself, 21 is undergoing a rebirth as a new and whole entity within her metallic body and data consciousness. Without a fixed form of either human or animal, this one is more liberated, one that bears her unique name, number 21. 21, take this. Noticing that 21 has regained some of her senses, Vera jokingly ferocious expression fades, and she retrieves a slender device from a slot on the side of her frame. From now on, the decision is yours to make. If you unlock the restraints, there's a good chance we'll get into trouble once we return. However, if you feel that you don't need the full power of this frame, you can still choose not to do it. Your leash is in your own hands now. Captain. Keep your mouth shut. I'm not kicking the bucket just yet, but I can't promise how long I'll stay awake. Let's just hope I don't pass out right before we make our escape. Keep an eye out for the buds once those nasty creatures start melting away and seeping into the soil. A new group of hetero creatures will be born from those bulbs, or buds. Yeah, buds. Soon after that. We can't last long against that number of enemies. We must push forward as fast as we can. Get me up. Can't do voices right now, man. I'm just so fucking exhausted. Normally I fucking read with little voice acting to it. 21 carefully puts the restraint key away and helps Vera up. If we go from here, that direction, 21 notices an increase in the airflow coming from the direction, and the scent of hetero creatures has significantly diminished compared to when she woke up. Subconsciously, number 21 increases the computing speed of her frame, allowing her processing capabilities to accelerate. She has the faint sensation that she and Vera are standing on the tongue of some colossus creature. And it won't be long before the force reveals its fangs, unleashing its ferocious might to tear them apart and consume them from its own growth. They have to run now as fast as they can. 21 lifts Vera's arm clumsily, attempting to share some of her weight, but her movement inadvertently causes Vera to gasp in pain and number 21's shoulder tightly. I've had enough rest. I can walk by myself. 21 nods before releasing her hand. Suddenly, 21 turns her head to the side, hearing a faint buzzing sound in her mind, followed by static noise. Come on, give me a break. 20, can you hear me? It's Mitsuki. Mitsuki's in my head. I can hear the voices again. Oh, the savior always arrives in time. Vera's alright, thank goodness. Surprised that person thought about using the remote connection. I'll give out a pass this time. Captain injured. I need to save Captain. Number 21, don't play the big hero here. You were lying on the ground this whole time. How's Vera? Captain needs. Captain, what medicine do you need from Mitsuki? The answer seems to fall beyond the confines of 21's knowledge, so she chooses to directly ask the wounded herself. Ask Noctis to bring 3 emergency kits from the medical box for simple treatment. Nothing more can be done now. 21, tell them the direction to the meeting point first. Vera lifts her head to gauge the angle of the setting sun and provide some general instructions based on the retreat direction. Number 21 points out. Got it, we're leaving to meet you right now. The connection signal might become unstable during the travel. I'll cut it off for now to reduce your computing power consumption. Okay. Suki disconnected. Said the signal would be unstable. Smell has changed. They might be coming. Let's move. Captain, you stay at the front. If the direction changes, I'll tell you. I'll be in charge of the rear. Jeez, look how reliable you are now. Then do your job well and let me have some rest. After all, I did the work of 2 while you were lying on the ground. Got it. I understand. As the sun set, their shadows lengthen, only to be abruptly fragmented by the branches of the surrounding trees. Vera glances at the swaying, agile, fragmented shadows on the grass, belonging to 21, who stands with her back to Vera, vigilantly observing the surroundings behind them. A smile graces Vera's face as she leads the 2 of them, walking towards the sun that is slowly descending. Oh my god, just my throat. Ugh. So much fucking reading. Another wave of hetero creatures. Yeah, I can feel them. Small. Whew. Bit tired. Okay. Remember the time when we were at Daedalus Waste Dump? Alright, it's going a little too fast. I'm having a hard time reading it. My brain don't like to translate properly. Roar.
そうね。あいつらを切り裂く。そうね。あいつらを切り裂く。 たの色すねあいつらを切り裂くあなたの色好き獲物逃げなさい逃げなさい
Corruption warning, sound only. The corruption seeping in. Oh my god, QTEs, Jesus Christ. A QTE chase scene, Jesus Christ. Luckily, it's only just one button sequence. Jesus, that was short. I gotta read again. The story's good, but god damn it. Oh my god. I'm gonna go refill my water real quick, BRB. Yes, it is, but I'm dyslexic. It fucking sucks because my brain fucking knows what I'm looking at, but it can't translate to my mouth. Okay, I'm back, and I figured a little something to eat would help me as well. I've just been really hungry lately. Got myself a little meal, some hamburger meat with some Cool Ranch Doritos, some American cheese melted on top of it, and some mumbo sauce on top. Good. Let me solo them. We lost them. Okay. Oh god, this is so good. This track kind of go hard. Oh. Sorry, I'm almost done with my food. Ugh. Ooh. Whew. Does not help, man. I'm having like some minor sinus drainage today. Today at work, the air quality just fucking sucked. He's one of the trucks I was working on, had a crap ton of plants on it, and I was kicking up a lot of dust. in one of the other trucks I was in, so I was just having choking fits. But all right, got some food in me. My brain's functioning a little bit better now. I've been eating a lot today, Jesus. But alrighty, let's get started. During the relentless pursuit of the hetero creatures, the alloy parts of Vera's leg become severed, pushing her mobility to its absolute limit. As several purple beasts' mouths loom dangerously close to 21, act swiftly. Leaping high into the air, with a powerful strike, she cleaves a giant tree at its waist, effectively blocking the direct path of the impeding threat. Gnarly effects. Behind the severed trunk, the hetero creatures scratch frantically at the obstacle that stands between them and their intended prey. As more and more hetero creatures join in the turmoil, the once sturdy wooden barrier, as resistant as rock, begins to exhibit noticeable vibrations. 21 knows that it's only a matter of time before the hetero creatures breach the barrier. The more immediate concern is ensuring they escape the force before Vera falls unconscious, and the exit becomes completely sealed off by the encroaching plants. Lightning speed, the claw blades retract, and 21 swiftly positions Vera's arm over her shoulder, doing her best to share the weight and support her. Vera has ceased speaking unnecessary words. But 21 continues to periodically address her, regardless of Vera's may or may not utter. Captain, yeah, left. At the end of the path, they encountered a horizontally growing tree. Number 21 assists Vera in squeezing through the narrow gap. Once she herself passes through as well, 21 promptly severs the giant branches, blocking the path and buying them additional time for their retreat. As 21 cuts through the tough stems consecutively, her wrist trembles slightly under the strain. However, she recognizes that her own discomfort is insignificant compared to the hardships that Vera has endured. Navigating through the narrow path, they are greeted by a wide open view. Rushing wind and gentle sunlight sneak in through the gaps in the intricate web of entangled plants. Their white and red hair intertwines, blending together into a complex hue. Captain Light, we are there soon. Okay. 21 pupils contract violently, resembling those of an animal, as she meticulously calculates the optimal spot to step on the stairs leading to their escape. You can't afford any mistake given Vera's dire condition. The hetero creatures manage to breach the barrier and reach them. 21 forces her imagination to subside, redirecting her full attention towards observing the staircase formed by the interwoven plants. But instead of a staircase, it's more like bud-shaped plants interconnected by twisted vines running through them. The bud-shaped plants on the far end have completed a blossoming cycle, leaving behind only a platform-like calyx, I think is how you say that. Or is it supposed to be callus? Not sure. On the edge of the plant structure, there's a massive bud that seems in a state of partial withering, with an organ left that resembles a petal or the veins of a leaf. Utilizing the support provided by the leaf's veins, they can make it to the top of the tree web that has not fully closed yet. Recognizing the potential danger they may face while navigating the veins between the calyxes, number 21 decides to hide Vera in a nearby tall grass to ensure her safety. And if they fall from the vines, 21 gazes downward. She is met with the sight of treacherous swamp of thorns at the bottom of the forest. If they were to land there, it would be exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to climb back up to their current position before the relentless force consumes them. She formulates a rough plan and calculates the time it will take her less than 2 minutes to scout the path ahead. Captain, stay here. Wait for me. There's a sudden surge of pain in her mind, as if it deliberately chose this moment to play a prank on her. However, accompanying the pain is a familiar yet somewhat strange sensation stirring within her. But she has no time to think about it. The white-haired girl swiftly draws out her sharp claw blades. Like a wild beast, she dashes towards the setting sun ahead. Captain, hang in there. I can save you soon. Up, we're gonna be in for a fight. Buddy! Oh, it's her drone! Buddy, covered in dark purple growth marks, is mercilessly torn apart from the inside out by some sharp claws. The unruly newborn emerges, carelessly shaking off the remnants of its former host and stretching its long, suppressed body. From its elevated position, the towering creature gazes upon 21, its compound eyes scrutinizing her every movement. Even though 21 can no longer detect familiar scents emanating from creatures, she stubbornly persists in calling it by that name. Buddy, is it you? Roar! Its light purple abnormal parts, or abdominal part, starts to change color as the creature lowers its body. In a swift motion, the creature swings its colossal purple claws directly at 21's head, seemingly as a response. A gust of wind caused by the attack threatens 21's balance, but she swiftly evades the cold and swift claws. Some of her light gray hair strands are severed in the process. In the spot where 21 just stood, a dreadful pit materializes. Buddy, please. It's me. Me! 21's claw blades drop helplessly, hesitating to rip the throat of the looming threat in the same manner she eliminated her previous foes. Her body trembles slightly as memories from the past flicker before her eyes. She has never imagined losing Buddy. In her mind, it has become an inseparable part of her being, a constant presence she took for granted, even over that of Vera and Noctis. No one would have thought that a part of themselves would crumble into ash and rise again as their adversary. "21 feels deeply sorry for that. I see. The headache is it was because you were calling me, right? I'm sorry, buddy. I was too dumb to recognize your call for help. What I'm guessing is because I have 21's normal version. If I remember correctly, the drone is directly connected to her. And I'm thinking she's having... My theory was that she was suffering from some form of separation issue of no longer being connected to the drone. And that was what's causing some of her problems, but anyways, how could I? 21 lets out a sorrowful whine akin to that of a lone beast mourning the loss of its pack. She stands alone in the hostile forest, feeling the gaze of everything around her as it leers, waiting to attack and tear at her throat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Her voice grows faint, gradually fading away until it becomes barely audible in a gentle breeze. The purple claws remain poised, primed for the next assault, their lethal power capable of swiftly ending the life of any obedient prey. But with her head lowered, 21 is stating her sin in silence. Captain's still waiting. I can't let Captain be taken as well. A sharp pang shoots through the air from number 21's mouth. A stinging reminder that she is biting down hard on her lower lip as she utters these words. I can't surrender here. Even if it's Buddy, I can't. So, I'm sorry, buddy. I will punish myself. But I have to take you down here. Sorry, buddy, but you're gonna have to go down now. Damn, it just stunned me. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I have no health.
いつらを切り裂く。獲物、逃げなさい、逃げなさい。それ、あいつらを切り裂く。あなたの色好き。落ち着いて、それ。獲物、逃げなさい、逃げなさい。あなたはここへ逃げるの？
We need a refresh on how to do some of the combos and shit, but I think some of them I don't have access to.
あなたの色好き。あなたはここへ逃げるの？獲物、逃げなさい。
We're almost there. 20 health bars left.
落ち着いて、それ。それ、あいつらを切り裂く。あなたはここへ逃げるの？あなたはここへ逃げるの？それ、あいつらを切り裂く。獲物、逃げなさい。
This should kill it?
逃げなさい。
Okay, unfortunate. Run! Run, Forrest, run! Time to go sicko mode. Time to go sicko mode. Nice. A rampaging dark shadow abruptly emerges, catching everyone off guard. It forcibly breaks free from the confines of the forest. The once expansive forest now appears to shrink and contort into an egg shape. Amidst the interplay of searchlights and darkness, the shadow springs forth from a remarkable swiftness and height, resembling an untamed bird soaring out of a black egg. Driven by an unwavering determination to be born into this world against all odds, The creature must, in turn, use its newborn claws to destroy the other world known as the Cradle. As its cradle. The lingering ferocity and thirst for blood emanate from its very being, invoking aggression from everyone present. They react with defensive hostility, issuing a warning to its frenzied entity. Everyone holds up their weapons. If this is a newborn enemy, they will eliminate it right then and there. It rises to its feet, the dark coat stripped of its obscurity under the piercing glow of the searchlights. It's 21 and Vera. Wait, drop your weapons. They live in a handful of nearby constructs are taken aback by your yells. However, the rest of the group remains poised, weapons still held firmly. 21 frame heaves as she breathes heavily. Both she and Vera are detached. Or Vera are drenched in viscous purplish red fluid. Her frame reflects the dazzling light, making her look more like a beast succumbing to her primal instincts in a bloody fray. The beast gazes at the startled constructs with a piercing intensity, as if meticulously searching for the weak point of its prey. This is bad. Recalling the signs of stress that 21 has exhibited before, an alarm bell rings in your mind. Without hesitation, you step forward, ready to shield 21 with your body. You must get there before other people misread the situation. Probably holding the same idea, Noctis forcefully pushes aside the constructs in front of him as he yells out loud at everyone present. Drop your weapons. Are you all deaf? I am. The maiden, who resembles a white wolf, yells out as her chest heaves violently for a moment. It is the first time that you, or maybe even Noctis, had heard such a clear and powerful shout from 21. 21 from Cerberus. 21 locks eyes with the onlookers, some bewildered, some fearful, and others perplexed. She stares back at the weapons leveled against her with unyielding resolve, embodying a proud lone wolf that disregards challengers with a dismissive glare. Captain is injured. She needs treatment. Oh, baby found her way! She found her way! The weapons in the hands gripping them remain frozen in their positions as 21 persists in yelling out her need. Unable to restrain himself any longer, Noctis rushes towards taking Vera from 21's arms. Get a stretcher over. Are you fucking lost? Hurry up and go save her, for fuck's sake. I got this. This is no good. The corruption level has greatly surpassed the safety threshold. Quick, move Vera here. The shell of the nest, shattered by 21, and Vera continues to diminish in size, withering at a rapid pace, as if the water within is being drained away. The method of which 21 and Vera managed to create an opening in the rapidly expanding tree web remains a mystery to all. Nevertheless, you are aware that it is not yet time to lower your guard. Lee, leave it to me. Reacting swiftly to your concern, Lee responds you with a reassuring nod before proceeding to contribute arrangements with the members of the purifying force. Suddenly, your private terminal springs to life, emitting frantic rings non-stop as if it is awakened from a prolonged slumber. You in turn on, only to discover a flood of overdue messages from Babylonia. and various other contacts. Damn it, the communication signal is back. We can now reach Babylonia, but there's still a significant delay. The globular forest in the distance continues to shrink. The recovery of the signal is likely due to 21 and Vera's efforts in destroying or eliminating whatever was causing a signal disruption. I'll draft a brief report about the situation and send it over. Okay. At this point, all that remains is to patiently await the arrival of reinforcements and force on mitigating the adverse effects caused by the hetero creatures until they arrive. Fortunately, just before you departed the conversation area, the last group of civilians successfully boarded the transport craft. Recalling the expressions in the eyes of those who had loved ones missing, you can't help but ponder which one is more cruel. Faintest glimmer of hope, or the anticipation of the worst possible outcome. You aim to find answers for them, if possible, as every name deserves their ending to be known. Oh wait, 21. Remembering an unexpected request, you quickly catch up with 21, who is walking along the stretcher. Are you alright? 21 answers with a nod. Her body adorned with scratches and wounds, though not as severe as those inflicted upon Vera. You can imagine how painful the ordeal she endured. Came from the conversation area. Or is that conversation or conservation? Conservation. Oh, God, man, I'm so fucking stupid. I was saying it correctly. Did I second guess myself? Oh my God. I am a fucking tard at its finest. God damn. Ever tell you I fucking suck? Conservation area, and someone there asked me to deliver a message to you. Before the operation, upon hearing your promise to do your utmost in finding the Mancers, the last group of evacuees finally began boarding the craft. Valens gave you a nod to show his gratitude, his eyes concealing a multitude of other emotions. I need to slow the fuck down. After people walked away for a while, a girl who had standing aside quietly approached you. Are you with 21? Yes. Construct, you couldn't discern the department she belonged to based on her attire, as the style of clothing she wore was unfamiliar to you. This has got to be 20. Canon has got to be like 20, I'm pretty sure. Your men said that 21's companion went missing. The little white machine that can dance. Dance, you mean 21's cobot? He calls it Snore. It's missing, I'm sorry, I don't know. Understanding the importance of the cobot to 21, to some extent, she realized that if it had indeed disappeared, she would have been just as anxious as the refugees you sent off a moment ago. If you see her, could you help me deliver a message to her? If Cannon sees Snore, she will help keep it safe. No problem. Sorry about that. My dad was asking a question. The construct in the peculiar attire turns around without hesitation and promptly follows the people from the conservation area, but maintains a subtle, I don't know how to say that, distance between them. Delivering the message from Conan to 21, she falls into silence with her head lowered. While contemplating how to offer solace to 21 and formulating your plan to contact Babylonia for aid and finding the cobot, 21 breaks the silence ahead of you. Okay, I've already found Buddy. My headache was probably because Buddy was calling for me. It was just too late. I figured it out too late. What? After her return, 21 talks without looking into the other person's eyes for the first time. Evidently, 21 is not inclined to discuss the details at this moment. You can tell from the sorrow reflection in her eyes at the ending of Snore is the kind that person least desires to witness. Something has changed profoundly within 21, and you already felt that when she showed up before you with Vera. The price paid for rapid growth often proves to be fair. Waiter. What? That doesn't make sense. Proves to be far waiter than anticipated. Isn't that supposed? Aren't you far heavier than anticipated? What the fuck? What the fuck is waiter? What? What? Who the fuck tried to put eloquence in this when it didn't need eloquence? In this world of natural selection, every advancement is achieved at the expense of sacrificing a part of oneself. Go get treated. You're not in good condition either. After going back, you can come talk to me whenever you want. Okay. 21 lifts her gaze acknowledging your suggestion. She briefly examines herself, then turns around and proceeds towards without hesitation. More reading. But I'm pretty sure this is the last one. A few days later in the confidential Babylonia meeting. The task force is still monitoring the situation, investigating the Hedor zone. Even now. The projection in the conference room switched between several satellite images tainted in purplish red. The task force appears like a dark gray dam in the photos, blocking off an ocean of omens. We have deployed several sets of Omega weapons since we were contacted. News from the front line is this morning suggested that we would need to double the deployment at the very least. Double the deployment? We almost ran out of Omega weapons after the Copperfield Aquarium. Some of our current stock is recycled. The weapon we sent over the past few days have already pushed our supplies and resources way below the satisfy threshold. Double it? I don't imagine anyone here wants to find themselves empty-handed during an emergency, right? Are we not discussing the emergency now? But I believe the construction department is worried about the confidentiality of this information. And of course, we're hoping to receive analysis report that proves that the clean zone will not be affected. Data will certainly explain everything, and confidentiality. Are you suggesting not to announce our reports openly and honestly? What are you talking about? Of course not. I'm just worried that this incident will cause panic. Ladies and gentlemen, please stop. We're here to discuss how to handle this disaster and the information discovered by our frontline squads. Although dialogues around the construction in the clean zone might be closely related to the hetero zone, I believe we can table that discussion until later. I'm sure I don't have to repeat how crucial the constructions and cleanlessness of the clean zone are, right? Naturally, the public department has also spent a lot of work on it. The Grey Raven Commandment sitting there also contributed to the publicity work significantly. You understand, President Hansen. Since you mentioned Mizuki, let's hear what the Grey Raven Commandment has to report. I recommend saving your thoughts and opinions until after the commandment is done. Perhaps you will see the situation differently afterwards. Hansen nods at you, gesturing you to step up and speak. You loosen the chin strap on your hat before standing up from your seat at the back. You have been sitting so far away from the center that it takes you much longer to reach the podium, and you get to enjoy extended gazes from everyone. Quote unquote. You have not worn your uniform since you were sworn in. It is extremely uncomfortable. God damn. We looking swagalicious. Are you Mizuki? The Grey Raven commanded. Following analysts and theories are made based on the experience of Cerberus, the squad involved in the encounter, and the investigation made by Grey Raven on the strange behaviors of the hetero creatures. The murmuring discussing began to quiet down as the data module Lee helped made spins in the projection. First of all, Grey Raven found the hetero creatures demonstrating group behavior during our investigation, which was never been seen before. The conference room that just quieted down erupts in discussion again. Hansen gently knocks on his table, hoping the council will keep listening. We used to classify the aggression from hetero creatures as instinctive behavior in the past. It means they do not come up with a plan of attack. They follow their senses to attack their targets with the simplest, most straightforward strikes. That was the only pattern of behavior they would follow. At the location where the abnormal behaviors appeared, Grey Raven observed the same hetero creatures were performing strategic maneuvers to allow other hetero creatures to attack successfully. For example, when a trench appeared between the hetero creatures and their targets, some of them would begin to form a bridge. Even when forming a bridge would stop them from accomplishing their goals of attacking. Maybe we were overthinking it? Hetero creatures walking in front would fall into the trench, obviously. Their bodies piled up, and one is the back, then walk on it like a bridge. Fundamentally, they were still trying to approach their targets. While the behaviors were similar, the key was whether they gained the consciousness to actively abandon their individual instincts and targets in order to help the group accomplish a goal. What Grey Raven discovered was that some hetero creatures were giving their lives to pave the way for other hetero creatures. Hard to explain this phenomenon with coincidence when the price was their lives. The councilman frowns while he looks at you, his knuckles white as he grasps the horror in what you said. During our investigation, Grey Raven discovered an area where many dead bodies of similar hetero creatures were amassed, but we didn't find a source that could deal that amount of damage. We assumed those hetero creatures took their own lives, but did they become a bridge? Or, hold on. Indeed, my theory is that these strange behaviors are somewhat connected to appearance of the heterozone. Grey Raven's mission didn't take place near the heterozone. What was the point of building a bridge that far away? How do they contribute to the heterozone by dying? The Cerberus members mentioned that the biofluids of the dead creatures inside the heterozone quickly seeped into the ground before hatching as it began being born again. I remember a myth about gods creating humans with clay. The gods created a humanoid shape with the clay, and the clay came to life. The clay wasn't shaped to the god's specifications. It would get thrown back into the mud before being remade. Is that what's happening now? What about the electromagnetic disruption? The report mentioned that the squad encountered several signal disruptions during the battle. The Science Council believes that the source of disruption is akin to some kind of bioelectromagnetic signals and is related to activities and rapid proliferation of the heterozone. The disruption drastically decreased after Cerberus defeated the core enemies of the heterozone and escaped the parameter, which could prove this theory. Individual hetero creatures still don't have the ability to disrupt signals. So, all the dead hetero creatures turned into water and gathered at the heterozone through the soil. Should we get someone start digging? Squads on the front line have been excavating, but nothing unusual was discovered, apart from a higher than average punishing virus concentration. The Science Council doesn't think we fully understand the punishing virus yet, though we can't be certain how it moved. But there's another way to consider this if we think from the perspective of the clean zone. All the locations where we've observed the hetero creatures change, including heterozone, are spread outside the clean zone in an arc. To exaggerate a little bit, you could say that a mere step outside of the clean zone will land you in a highly dangerous area. How could you say that? I think I just did. If that's true, I'd agree that the extra Omega weapons are necessary. How can we allow the first safe zone of humanity to be a cage? Councilman from the construction department is aggregated that he stands up in his seat. No one responds to what he is saying. However, he sits back down in silence. And it is true that we don't know how the clean zone or the inner heteros towers work. The most popular theory in the Science Council is the absorption theory. The tower works like an Omega weapon, absorbing the punishing virus before purifying it. The main reason this theory is not universally supported is that no punishing virus is detected even at the edge of the clean zone. While the effectiveness of our CPFs and Omega weapons always diminished over long times, that's the reason why we always considered optimal range when we deploy these devices in facilities. Now, if the absorption theory is wrong and the inner hetero tower isn't purifying the punishing virus, how do we explain the disappearance of the punishing virus within the clean zone? Simply put, we cannot guarantee that the existence of the clean zone hasn't hasn't caused unexpected mutations. Mutations? If all hetero creatures exhibit group behavior, Councilman covers his mouth and stops talking. Worst case scenario, they could develop their own species or even civilizations. Everyone falls silent as they recall some of the enemies they've faced in the past. Not only managed to defeat after shelling out way too much money and too many lives. Working together, humans have time and time again won battles in which they never seem to stand a chance. But just how good is humans' chance against such an enemy when they are so resilient, so ready to bite humanity at the throat with their sheer numbers? No one can tell for sure. When things don't seem as bad, it's only because they've ordered the chance their course of action. There's this godlike figure behind them that gave them instincts aside from the one that drives them to attack. That is. And it's those instincts that make them prioritize the group whenever they're summoned. From now, they don't yet have individual consciousness, which does buy us some time, but sometime it will is all that we have left. Nicholas shakes his head as he looks this way. He and Hansen already know that number 21 once fell victim to an unknown power when she was out of it. Although no one has been able to determine if it was her cobot's infection that caused what happened to her mind, through the consciousness sharing port, or whatever, there was indeed a godlike power that spoke with her. Which is why you don't plan on mentioning what happened to her at this briefing. And that's all I had to share regarding what happened at the Heterozone. Based on what Mizuki just said, we are now at a point where no amount of Omega weapons is going to do the trick. Sounds like there's nothing we can do now except wait. No. But are we supposed to slow down the building the clean zone or just give up on it altogether? No, of course not. We can't afford to give up on the clean zone just yet. The Omega weapon is an expensive consumable indeed. But there is no treating the symptoms if we don't first treat the root cause. And since we did foresee the appearance of this particular heterozone as per Grey Raven's discovery, what we need to do now is keep the heterozone in check while monitoring its surroundings, so as to avoid or foresee the appearance of yet another zone. Well, let's just hope the lunar base can be back up and running again in no time, and that we can get our hands on more Omega weapons to fill the gap. In the hour that falls, the group finds themselves fighting over the distribution of resources. The resource shortage seems, however, everywhere prior to the heterozone was only made worse with its appearance. Be it on a practical or a psychological level, humanity could really use a clean zone to help themselves get back on their feet, which is why humans can't afford to stop building it at this point. Issues to be solved and needs to be taken care of spin on and on in your head. Brain work like this is no easier than physically fighting the war out there. Walking out of the meeting hall, you find your uniform soaking wet with sweat. Whew. Oh, and also too, Soul, to give you a little basic TLDR, Basically, the whole thing with the punishing Gray Raven. The story, basically, this unknown virus started up that can infect humans and machinery, known as the punishing virus. It forced the majority of humanity to leave the planet and live in the space station Babylonia. So basically, you go down to the Earth and trying to reclaim it back. So Nikke kind of has a similar plot, but different way of telling it. Got the punishing virus for this game. You got the raptures in Nikke. Of course, reclaiming the Earth from apocalypse is a common trend in gachas. The door of the descending elevator opens the moment you finish yawning, showing the hallway outside, which you are more familiar with than you are with the meeting hall. Before you start doing anything again, you know you want to head straight back to the lounge to get yourself a clean set of clothes. Stepping out of the elevator, you can see Sayaka in a rush and fully focused on reading what's on her terminal. She takes no notice of you. Hey, gotta watch out there. Right, of course. Commander Mizuki. Don't sweat it. Just thought you should probably keep your eyes on where you're going, just to be safe. Right, of course. Thank you. Turning off her terminal. Hold up. Uno momento. Dika, okay. So the name's Italian. Before the screamer of her terminal went completely black, though, she saw what was on it. It was a witness report on a certain construct that had gone missing. You reciprocate her with a smile as you wave her goodbye. Walking down the empty hallway and taking a turn, you see a quiet figure leaning against the wall, apparently waiting for someone. 21? Oh, it's you, Mizuki. Waiting for someone? With a nod, 21 points at the door that's tightly closed. I'm waiting for Captain. You read the sign on the door. The room appears to be a public lounge that doubles as a meeting room on a regular basis. You wanted me to give you some more time? I beg your pardon? In my head before, you wanted me to give you some more time when we're back. Why do you need more time? Mizuki, I'm here. It says that what I want is not the son of humans, but of my own kind, actually. It's right. 21 wants to have the same scent as everyone. By everyone, you mean Captain Noctis, Mizuki, and those who are afraid of me and want me to be discarded. All of you are humans, so if I have the scent of a human, personally, I think it's something very difficult to achieve. Even humans are not the same. We're literally rereading part of it. Oh my goodness. There's no way to guarantee that someone will always be your kind. Even your teammates won't, except for yourself. Only you yourself are always your kind. The question posed by 21 is quite complex. At enough time, you would likely delve into a dozen philosophy books and conduct thorough research before having this discussion with her. Purely rational analysis alone is insufficient to navigate the present circumstance. Your only hope is that 21 resists the temptations. You know, I'm not going to read the rest of this again. I've already read this, so I don't want to reread the same thing again. I was hoping that you come back home safe first, so I could fill you in on details and making things easier to understand for you. I see. You said humans were all different and that I never find someone like myself. Other than myself, that is. Which is why I don't need to smell like a human anymore. I have my own smell. I suggest set myself free. Like what Captain said. Freedom, Well, what's your freedom like then? Freedom is when I get to decide what I don't need to do, don't want to do, and don't like to do. It's basically freedom to reject things, then, well, sounds fitting coming from you. So I guess you found what you were looking for. You had a bunch of modules from philosophy sitting in your brain that you never quite wrapped your head around, and hearing 21 just said, you now feel there's really no need to wrap your head around them. Because one goes through their life with the self, and that's precisely why we don't need to go after the self. The rest of the factors just grow on the land of one's subjective self, as long as the underlying soil is still fertile. It will cumulatively free souls that can break limitations. Well, I guess I'll save no more then. But I'm very sorry about what happened to Snore. Makes a sound with her nose the same way a little animal would, showing her disagreement. I beat them all. Those guys that tried to take away Buddy. I beat them all before they took Captain from me. But I know that I wasn't being responsible towards Buddy. Which is why I'm letting Buddy sleep right here as a punishment to myself. Says 21 as she points at her chest. Forever and ever. I'm not letting anyone else take away my Haruka ever again. Haruka? Canon taught me that. She's our friend. You're about to ask 21 to elaborate when you hear a loud clank from the lounge. Oh my god, my throat's fucking getting irritated. I'm slowly losing my voice. Fun. In the lounge. Oops, apologies. Lesty picks up the terminal lying flat on the table and gives it a few nonchalant brushes. A literal slip of the hand right there. But boy, that was loud, wasn't it? We're moving on this section if we're all feeling okay with this part, then. Or would you rather conduct an inquiry yourself, Ishmael? With a gentle smile, Ishmael says nothing. See, Vera, we only came down here because we've been put on the task. And as far as inquiry goes, both parties are actually equally vulnerable to stress. So I'm hoping that takes some of the hostility out of the air here. Right, and I can prove that Ishmael seldom agrees to this kind of request. It is. Ishmael's gaze accompanied by her usual composed smile as she herself claimed. Indeed doesn't show interrogative intention from a higher up, however. Vera can't shake the lingering sensation that she is being meticulously inspected. Stress? I'm afraid I can't really relate. But this is causing you stress, just spit it out and get it done quickly. Put simply, based on the information we've gathered so far, it's evident that as the captain of Cerberus, you allowed a supervised construct to access the restricted device without proper authorization, which is deemed a serious dereliction of duty. Yeah, that's how it's written in the report. Information we've gathered. Fear begins to ponder, contemplating who might have mastermind behind the scenes, orchestrating the current turmoil. So it's because of the uniqueness of 21. If someone wants to take over control of 21, she would undoubtedly stand as a stumbling block that can cause quite the trouble. After 21 submits her frame's combat data, they will remove her from Cerberus with any access they can find. But is the military aware of this for that person? Vera needs to remain in her role as captain of Cerberus to help him deal with those off-the-record matters. Or this is a trap set for those who want to reach Vera. Is this the bait that Nicola mentioned before? There's also another possibility. This could be a warning to Vera, reminding her of her role as a vicious dog, cautioning her not to exceed the boundaries of the freedom granted by her master. Ultimately, as long as Vera continues to obey, it doesn't matter to the order giver which squad she belongs to. If Vera starts to show too much neglect regarding to the rules, the master will then consider the possibility of being hurt by the blade in their own hand. Oh man, so much fucking reading. Well, with people sent by the control court sitting right in front of me, they must be pretty damn sure about the validity of the information they've got. But honestly, I can't even guarantee that we were fully conscious throughout the whole battle. And that's just going to be my memory data. Let alone 21's. I'm bending in the face of their challenge. Vera responds by posing the question back in the inquirers. I can understand that. Judging from the report, it was indeed an extremely perilous battle. Allow me to clarify, Vera. Our purpose here today is only to inquire about the unauthorized activation during the battle, not to pass any judgment of guilt. I'm sure you're one of the few who act so easygoing around a responded, Ishmael. Well, I appreciate the kindness, but I can't help but wonder why a higher up like you would be concerned with such a petty matter. Or is there something else you want to dig up from this? It was a request from a close colleague that I couldn't really refuse. Other than that, I usually steer clear of cases regarding unauthorized activations. But this is also part of our responsibility as a member of the control court, right, Lesty? According to documents, the appropriate course of action would be for Vera, as the authorized holder, to use the key herself when she determines that the situation calls for it. Such mentioned situation is that there is a considerable likelihood of you experiencing loss of consciousness in the next period. And the impending battle necessitates the lifting of 21's frame limits. We are well aware of the distinctive nature of 21's new frame. If you were to lose control, that would be the least desirable outcome for everyone involved. Clause 1.3 in 21's interim return agreement. I remember that. But like I said, I can't make any promises that either 21 or I have a clear memory of the battle. The respondent continues to assert the presumption of innocence. Is this what she means, Ishmael? I think we now have a general grasp of the ground you are holding now, Vera. However, as Leslie mentioned earlier, the control court does possess certain information based on your demeanor. It is likely that we will initiate a comprehensive investigation to verify the ambiguous evidence. I hope we can exponentially uncover the truth, one that is acceptable to all parties involved. As you wish. I've got a question for you, if you don't mind. Let's say if the higher-ups' suspicions about the activity turn out to be true, what kind of punishment are we looking at here? If the responsibility lies with 21, she will likely be suspended from the squad pending further investigation. However, if the responsibility falls onto you, it would be necessarily to relieve you of your captain position. So well disciplined. Don't you agree? Anyone was leaning against the door to listen in. Swiftly appears behind you. In the next instant, the member of the control council pushes open the door. A woman who exudes an air of reliability and friendliness gives you a nod upon noticing your presence. Following closely behind her is another construct, presumably her junior, who appears to be muttering something along the lines. They have to be lesbians. They're definitely munching on carpet. Nom, 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 nom. Vera makes her appearance at last, strolling out leisurely. She glances briefly at number 21 before giving you a once-over, assessing you from the head to toe. Oh, look at you dressing up like a big shot today. They seriously need to ditch that posture of you in the mental armor and replace it with one of your rocking this uniform. This is the true hero of Babylonia here, right here. Please spare me. Huh? 21 only you're here? Where the hell is Noctis? Noctis said Captain wasn't a major scolding. He would come later, doesn't want to wait. I'll make him regret saying that. He's here. The opposite end of the corridor, a sturdy construct scratches his head as he strides forward, passing by Ishmael and Lesty. From a distance, he starts speaking in a loud voice. Looks like I came right on time. Yo, Grey Raven, what brings you here? On your way to grab a drink too? Why don't you join us then? We gotta let more people witness the magnificent sight of the legendary Grey Raven command looking all heroic and badass. I think I'll pass. Duki, you really not going? Noctis is paying. Wait, what? I thought it was on you, 21. Whoever's a blockhead pays. Then it's Noctis. The hell? Fuck, I'm not going. Are you just banging me again? 21 beat his ass. She looks so comfy now. She's so comfy. And you know what comfy girls get? You get head pats, 21. Pet the dog, pet the dog, pet the dog, pet the dog, pet the dog. Roar. This is your punishment for disobeying your captain. If anyone ever asks, make sure you own up to your mistake and let them know you got a serious smackdown as a consequence. Who'd ask that kind of silly question? Ouch, get off me! 21. Blockhead Noctis. I warn you, I'm gonna take this seriously. No, unless you buy me that electrolyte. Mango flavor, 20 glasses. Ouch, cut it out. Fine, I'll get you that. But just so you know, I'm going to be watching you drink them all today, or I'll teach you a good lesson. As the three of them continue walking away, the Beatrice corridor gradually returns to its usual state of tranquility. Seeing the genuous smile adorns 21's face, suddenly recall the smile she used to wear, the one she made from intimidating others. Is she aware that she can show a genuine smile now? Not attended through intimidation or analysis. A smile that truly belongs to 21. Each man's life represents a road towards himself. An attempt at such a road to intimidation of a path. Or is it imitation? Imitation, okay. No, intimidation. Fuck! God, why am I so fucking stupid? No man has ever been entirely and completely himself. Yet each one strives to become that. One in an awkward, the other in a more intelligent way. Each as best he can. Each man carries the vestiges of his birth. Lime, the eggshell, in his primeval past. With him to the end of days. Some never become human, remaining frog, lizard, ant. Some are human above the waist fish. I hope I'm saying this right. Caesar Ulysses 567, thank you for the follow. You're an absolute mad lad. Thank you. Each represents a gamble on the part of nature and creation of the human. We all share the same origin. Our mothers, all of us come in at the same door. But each of us experiments of the depths, drive towards his own destiny. We can understand one another, but each of us is able to interpret himself to himself alone. Hermann Hesses. Yay, we did it, and my throat's totally not shot. Ah, gotcha. Whew. For a little bit of Espanol, I do know gracias. I don't speak English. Yeah, I know. I got you. Oh, I got. Oh, that's right. Reset hit today. Oh, this is the weekly reset. Do 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 do. Get this. Ooh. We'll do a battle. Or not.
Chibiko. 行くよ。援助が欲しいってひざまずいて今夜なら助けてくれる。ぶち壊していい。ぶち壊していいよね。実験品逃れられない。21号生存。敵殲滅完了。
Two, three, four, five. 5, 1, 2. We'll do the 6. We'll waste the 6. Oof, I'm an idiot. That was full. Oh well. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like reading right now. Welcome to my space odyssey. As this story's protagonist, it is my responsibility to introduce the content to your reader. This is my star chart. Planets will light up after I visit them. Let's head to the first planet. This is where the wolf cub's journey begins. Spaceship has been destroyed. What is this place? The weird purple, the smell of uncertainty. Captain and Noctis are not here. Find a way out of here to get to my treasure. Tell you what to do next. Traveling around the planet, each cycle made will update the planet's progress. The number of cycles made is recorded here. This is the Sovereign's arrival progress, which increases all the number of cycles, increases when the progress bar is completed. The Sovereign will appear at the beginning of the state. Sovereign's power state and arrival time here. Your team reaches the recommended power, you can summon the Sovereign. Tap building blueprints, the building module on the planet to view the details of effects. Constructing the recommended buildings here if you're not sure which buildings are suitable for the planet you're on. Slide a screen with 2 fingers. There'll be enemies trying to stop me on the road, and we'll enter a fight when we encounter them. We can only move forward after we defeat them. Little card fight. Run, Forest, run. Captain, too slow. Seems you still don't know what's going on. No time to explain. Captain, do whatever you want to do. Don't waste your time here. I won't give you orders. You decide what to do. This is your story. Got it. I'll lead this time. -1 attack +1. Current HP -2 for every enemy defeated. Planet environment has changed. Be careful, I can smell. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm the leader. Noctis needs to join my team and follow my orders. Fine, I don't show me how much you want me in. Bring it on. Wait, don't get cocky. I was going easy on you, no. No discord, no concord. I read stories like this. We're supposed to bump fist at sunset. But if it's Noctis, I think I'll pass. You still want to fight? Alright, let's continue. I haven't lost my mind. I know my priorities. Time to go. Hey! A little cutesy mini game. Bop, bop, bop. Enemy. You shouldn't be here. Enemy on the planet. Whoever comes here needs to be eliminated. I'll tear everything up, including the photons. The phenomenons. By these memories. Ugh. Ooh, tickets. Ah, so this is where everyone got the guess so. Oh well, it's alright. I don't mind people wandering by. A lot of R&D tickets. Ooh, that's 1,000 total. Sweet. Oh, sure, we'll continue with this for a little bit. I do like it. It's cutesy. Unfortunately, I was unable to respond to his question because I'm not fluent in Spanish. I only knew a few things, so it's unfortunate I couldn't communicate. Yes. Adjacent to start training field, so I really should get back to learning some more languages so I can talk to people, because I love talking to people. I hate dealing with people when it comes to work, but I love talking to people when it comes to recreationally. But I did Google Translate what he was asking, and it was, do you have the new number 21? And I do. My brain just has a hard time trying to... Very hard for me to learn languages because it's just so difficult for me to retain the information. I Google translated what he asked. His last message that I didn't respond to. But he was asking if I had the new character, which I do. Yep, with the first 10 pull, yep. No, we're just gonna skip the battles for right now. We'll be coming around the mountain. Here she comes. Yeehaw. Uh-oh. Whoa. Eat? What? Oh, it's fine. I'll probably do more of that in my spare time. It is adorable. I gotta face that one. The last stage for that one. Oh, I'm missing something from here? Oh, wait, that's right. I was waiting for one more, wasn't I? Oh. Sassy Cinderella. I don't know how I got freaking Hades Fangs, her cube, literally on the first single pull. I don't know how I fucking did that. Fucking wild. He's weak to fire. He's weak to ice. He's weak to darkness. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
実験を続行する。実験品は逃れられない。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうのなら助けてあげるわ。ぶち壊す。実験を続行する。これが昇格ネットワークの力よ。分かった。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうなら助けてあげる。実験を続行する。私の指示に従う。滅びるか。実験品は援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうなら助けてあげるわ。21号生存敵 殲滅完了。
Not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna look into or probably learn how to program a an AI translator or see if there's one available. That could translate in real time what I'm saying into different languages. That would be very fucking nice. And I know that is possible. And what was that? What do you mean? Ew, what was that? Yes, this is a boss. Yes, it is the boss, Iron Maiden. Not gonna lie, thought they had us in the first half. Damn it, I fucked up. They could have done better, but it's fine. Go to the war zone. Laser Alley is... This one is lightning. I don't have any other lightning one leveled up. Which I need to do. Oh hey, it's Sophia, the fucking character that has an ungodly amount of Rule 34 for some reason. People are fucking freaks. You know what? I'm just gonna... Fuck it, I'll just keep them as utility.
統率者ってことね。21号がリードする。この戦場から全てを奪い
Oh, I
ましょう。
started with zero. That's not what I wanted.
あなたはここ私の指示に従うか滅びるか。そうね、あいつらを切り裂く。あなたは援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこうになら助けてあげるの。獲物、逃げなさい、逃げなさい。そうね、私の指示に従うか滅びるか。あなたはここへ逃げるの。援助が欲しいってひざまずいて私の指示に従うか滅びるか。獲物、逃げなさい、逃げなさい。そうね、あいつらを切り裂く。あなたの色、私の指示に従うか滅びるか。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこうになら助けてあげるの。獲物、逃げなさい、逃げなさい。あなたはここへ逃げるの。うわー。
Look at her. She's so
わかった。
comfy.
生きたままにする。
So comfy. I'm surprised I got that high as I did with just one lightning unit. Do, 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 do. I'm currently in 3rd place. This one is fire. Oh, I forgot to set. Oh well, whatever. Where is my Karina?
ルシアンのこぼれかよ。これ。戦場に何がある。クズめ、死ね。邪魔するな。地獄、私の指示に従う。滅びるか。ジャッジ。援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこうになら助けてあげるの。尻となって消え失せろ。地獄、私の指示に従う。滅びるか。
Oh, I got a big ass boss this time around. Goddamn. Yeah, Katarine was the first character I got, and I was able to pick, and I was like, oh, she's fucking cute. Oh, fuck her. You bitch bastard. I'm not even using a fire type and I'm doing an insane amount of damage. Not terrible either. I'll take it. Unfortunate because I really need the signature weapon for her. I got 800,000 total, so I am in 5th place right now. Co-op online. That's great. We'll try to queue up for it. Damn, that was actually pretty
で
fast.
きたままにする。
Yeah. I'm actually playing a support character that's pretty decent DPS, but that's a person that has an optimized character build. My character's main role is medic. But also too, she actually for a while back when the game first dropped, Vera was one of the best DPSs in the game because she's a healer that has so much fucking damage front loaded onto her. I'm actually gonna change to Luna. I actually, one of my favorite characters as well is Rosetta. She's adorable. But yeah, that version of Lucia, Lucia Crimson is so good. I don't remember her actual name, but God, she's really fucking strong. Pretty sure she's a lightning crit version of normal Crimson. Now I'm gonna use Rosetta against Rosetta. Fires the railgun. We. I'm actually gonna go ahead and dip out. Do 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 do. Achievements, history, claim. Actually, speaking of that, I'm looking at builds real quick, so I have an idea how to build her. I know what I need to go for now when I get shit
地
for
球
her.
は
Hmm. I need to do these characters. It's only for A ranks, is it? For the store. There was a sale on these ones. Shit. Um, I need Fran too. But I think these are the only ones available at the moment. I'll have to wait for a rotation that's favorable for me. Collect. We'll try that last one. Could be a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I got nuked instantly. I'm not gonna be able to do this, goddamn. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Look at Jesus, I don't know why it's so sexually attracted to not using the mouse. Oh well. Oh, what time is it? I'll actually go ahead and call it here. That's funny. I think I've seen that username before. But anyways, thank you all for coming by. I appreciate you. I loves you. I'm gonna go ahead and go prep making dinner. So you'll have a wonderful day, and I should see you Wednesday. See ya.